and welcome to another live demonstration. Today I wanted to do something a bit different and have a bit of fun. So I was a little excited when I came across this set, Carve stamp kit. Now, I like doing a bit of lino and I know things have progressed. You've got soft cut, which is much easier to carve. But when I opened this kit, I was even more excited because it contains everything you need to create your own stamps. So you get, I've already had a play, as you can see. So you get 3 of that size, 2 of that size, 1 tool, which has 2 different sized cutters, a stamp, and you're just ready to go. So you don't always get the stamp included, you get the bits and pieces, but for me, it's just great. So what I've done is, like I say, I've had a go, and I thought we could make some gift tags.
For any particular reason?
No, it's just gift tags.
Not festive gift tags?
If you want festive gift tags, that's absolutely fine, or for other occasions. So I've been creating, this was one completed, so you'll see from the kits that I've carved, so there you go, that one. Now with stamping, not every piece comes out as you like it, so I use, this is just copy paper. Now the reason for this is these gift tags are fairly disposable, and it means I can do lots of stamps without wasting good quality paper. But, you know, you can do it on any paper. The craft card, again, not overly expensive. We sell it at the SAA. And it just makes a nice handmade gift card, which you can put your messages on the back. So some black and white. Some, I was trying different shapes, but I actually quite like the one with the flatter end. So I rejected that one. The robin, you can't see that on the stamp. But I've done a robin, and the only thing that I cut out was the eye because I couldn't get that such fineness around. So just cut it out, kept that whole area blank. I put in with a pen. And again, you can add colours to it. So it's with the tools you have, you can create such fine detail. So let's have a go at creating one piece. Now I'm going to do the holly again, just because it's a piece that I know I can achieve quite quickly.
Quite Christmassy, that holly.
Yeah, well, holly is available all year round. They're trying to make me say a festive word, but I'm not going to. And I think Gary will go through the whole session trying to mention a festive word. So, like I say, lino can be hard to cut. Heating it makes it softer, but nowadays you have things like soft cut, and it really is, like it says on the product, it's a soft cut. It's much easier to carve in. So you get the tool, nice, sharp, quite a standard tool. It just allows you to carve into the material really easily. And that is not a lot of pressure. It's not like the old lino. So what I usually do is I'm going to go round the outline with this finer tool. And you don't have to take too much off. You don't have to dig too deeply for the prints to work. And if you take a print and there's still areas you don't like, you can take them out again. And if there's areas you've taken out and you really want to replace, use a pen. Oh, I didn't pick up a red pen. Never mind. We'll have to have, or get one in the break. Should be able to find one for you then. So, and the reason, you don't have to do it, but I like to just create a border around the edge, so you can see there. It's created a nice border. I just think it's a nice finish. Just one thing, you see my hand was there, try and do it away from your fingers because it does catch when you get caught with your fingers. So it's not always easy, which is why I'm turning the stamp around so I don't have to do it towards my fingers, but I forget sometimes. You won't forget very often when you've stuck this in your fingers. And unlike lino, which I can remember, it's not as brittle. It doesn't give you that broken edge. It gives you a really sharp edge. And it really is easy to cut. And like I say, the whole kit has everything you need to get going. I was just really quite excited that it included the stamp pad as well, which is easy to refill with. I used an archival ink, which I got from a stationer's. Some tools I got from stationers just to make the whole of the tag. So it does come fully prepared, but if you want a little wetter, I added a little bit more ink, and I chose the archival type for no reason, because these aren't going to be on display. They're not going to be sat there in someone's window or framed, but it was just, I like the idea of an archival ink for a few pounds. It wasn't overly expensive. So just going round. Now, I don't know if I just can do it quite naturally and jump back and forth and realise what areas need to be part of the stamp and what areas need to be cut out. But what you can do is, when you're doing this, is you can cross-hatch over areas that you want cutting out. You can plan it a little bit more than you can see here. It's all the way up to yourself. And like I say, areas that you may want to cut out at a later date, you can do that after you've stamped. So stamp it and see how you're going. Just remember, the bits you cut out are going to be white. The bits you've left in are going to be black. So again, just creating that edge. Doesn't have to be straight, doesn't have to be even. It's just, for me, just an extra texture. Go across here. Oh, it's a bit thick on there. Okay, I was digging in too hard. You really don't, you just need to skim the surface. Okay, and that's got a wonky line, but I actually like that. It just shows that it's handmade. So these are handmade, but you can create lots of tags from them. And I just think it has such a nice quality for gift tags for any season. Okay, digging in a bit too much. Pull it out. Okay,
Holly doesn't really say birthdays to me though.
yeah, it depends if your name's Holly or not. Or you've got a winter birthday. I know what they're trying to say is this festive season that's coming up soon. And I resist saying it.
Is it a bit early?
It is a little bit early. It's November. I know you're thinking about it, and to be honest, I have done some demos which hint at it, because if you're the very prepared person and you're going to do gifts which are handmade, you need to prepare yourself ahead of time.
Ahead of which time?
Ahead of a certain event that happens in December. So this are the berries, and you'll see I've actually moved the block rather than move the tool around. They're not going to be even circles. I can amend that. I can go round with a pen. But I find moving the block around rather than the tool. Now, it's not... Sorry. But I'm doing a really delicate move.
You are, but if people can't see it because your head's in the way, it's no
Yeah,
good,
I suppose you've got a point there. Okay. And the stalk here. I do find I tend to have my tongue out when I'm doing this.
I'll cut to the wide shot.
Yeah, thanks. It's quite satisfying just to cut out the shapes. Again, remembering to try and keep my hands out of the way. One last leaf. And you don't have to do it that you keep the black. You can do it the opposite way around. You can do it negative, so cut out all the holly bit and keep the background black. It's trial and error. So you can buy soft cut on its own. So maybe you want to practice and try and learn how to do that first before you go on to actually stamping blocks. Or sketch out, plan it. But however, it is a lot of fun. And I'm not worried about going into here because that's the area I'm going to take out. Okay. Nearly done. So again, I'm just moving the block. Sorry, I'm not in the middle.
You're making me earn my money today. I'm having to move my camera.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's why Gary tapes everything down, because then he doesn't have to use the cameras and move them around. But unfortunately, when I'm doing this, I can't help but move things around. So that last detail is the vein up the middle for the leaves. And now I can think about the background. So I'm going to use the little tool for the areas I can get to, but I might go bigger tool. Now when I'm carving out, I actually sometimes like to see a little bit of detail in the background. You can cut it out all out and keep taking it back until you've got no areas of black. But I just think it's all part of the look of a carved stamp. So, depends, I might change to the bigger tool, the bigger cutter. It depends what size area, or I'll just keep going with this. Sorry. But it's detailed.
I know it's detailed.
Like I say, it's a little bit different, but it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy this kind of thing, bit more crafty, but still has that finish of the art, handmade side. So even though you make a lot of stamps of the same thing, you've created that image. So it's different to using a cutter that cuts the same thing out each time. Has its uses for things, but this is your own work right from the beginning to the end. But easily repeatable. Can't see whether I've taken it all out or not, but I'll find out when I stamp. So, like I say, you can stamp and you can still go back and take more out if you're not. Go that way. Any too small areas, I wouldn't bother. I'll just leave it and put them in with a pen. Or, you know, make it part of the stamp. Don't worry about the tiny fiddly pieces. Okay, don't know what's going on there. So let's go around here. Okay. Been actually quite neat. This is quite impressive. I was spitting it everywhere before. It was flum, flum. But fingers. Sorry, I've settled here, Gary.
That's all right. So have I.
Okay. That's obviously a comfortable position to have it. Okay. away from my fingers. I'm in my head going away from my fingers. I have had tools like this go in my fingers. They are sore.
I've got the first aid kit in the studio, so we're all right.
That's okay. First aider. But I've got scars, chisels, when you're doing wood carving. I've had those. It's a dangerous job. I think I got a splinter from a brush the other day. That was painful. I think we need danger money. Okay. So.
Got some of those chainmail gloves that Ricky's got when he's framing.
Yeah. Oh, I just need to be a bit more careful.
Yeah. Cut away from you.
Cut away. Okay. So yes, it looks an untidy background, and it may well be. I can't tell until I print, but you'll be surprised how much you've taken off. And again, I can't see fully with the lights. I know I keep... Oh, I've cut out me. I missed that bit. Never mind. Again, I can put that back on. So that stem there, I've cut through it. But it doesn't matter.
Mind your head.
Sorry. I think it's probably because Gary was saying mind your head, so I cut through it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Like I say, those pieces, if you have got areas that you didn't want to take out, you can put back. I'll get a pen. So what we'll do is I'll finish carving this, and then we'll take a short break.
While you brush off.
Well, I find a red pen. And then what we'll do is we'll get on with the stamping bit and the finishing of the tags.
The festive gift tags.
Yeah, festive gift tags. Or for any occasion that you might need them.
At this time of year.
At this time of year. It is only November. It really isn't.
It's creeping up though.
I know, and it does catch people out, even if it's the same time every year. But you need to be prepared if you're going to be doing this. But once you've done this, it's really quick and easy to make the tags. The tags aren't the problem, because you've got your image cut out. You just keep repeating it. So nearly done. I didn't need to change to the bigger tool. It's quite big for the detail I'm looking at. And like I say, I quite like some of the marks that you get from the background if I leave areas still slightly raised. Okay, that looks fairly finished to me, so I think that's time for a short break. And join us, and then we can finish making the tags.
Let us bring out the artist in you. If you'd like to learn how to paint or improve your painting, the SAA is here to inform, encourage, and inspire you every step of the way. When you become an SAA member, you get so many benefits, including the free bi-monthly newsletter Paint, packed with inspiring step-by-step projects, fascinating articles, and detailed information to get your creative juices flowing. Discounts on over 13,000 art products featured on the SAA website and in the Home Shop catalogue, with free order line and free delivery in the UK mainland. A devoted SAA team on hand to answer your questions and give you the confidence and motivation you need to start painting and develop at a pace that suits you. Plus a free welcome pack filled with gifts and practical help to get you started, as well as the opportunity to make friends with like-minded people.
Best thing about being a member is the inspiration from the magazines, to be able to purchase things at a very reasonable price.
Yeah, you get the reduction on all the materials, the advice you get.
I could shop from home.
It's a community.
It seemed like a very friendly sort of organisation.
If somebody's thinking of joining, don't spend too long thinking. Just join. They'll love it.
And we're back.
Hello and welcome back, and by some miracle a red and black pen has appeared. Okay, so I'm going to make a gift tag. So I did some measuring. I use measurements which are easy to split in half, so you can split in half and then add the designs. But you can, there's lots of templates on the internet. But once you've got the shape you like, it's really easy just to use that, because these are designed to be handmade cards. You know, a little bit slightly wonky, doesn't matter, and there will be when I do them. Even though I measured them out quite well, I think they've got a little bit lost in translation after each cut. So as simple as that, not overly straight, but I'm not worried about that. There we go, one gift tag, it's as easy as that. And now the paper I'm going to be using to print on is just copy paper. And there is a reason for this, and you'll see when I start to print. Because not every print is going to be as good as another one, you just have to do many. So I've chosen inexpensive paper. So, like I say, this set comes with the pad. Perfect. Now, there are different ways to do this, but because these are block prints, they've given you the block to put the weight on that way rather than have them this way and put the paper on. You can do both. Now, because this is new, I just need to load it, and probably I won't get many good prints to start with. Once you've got a good layer of ink on it, they stamp really easy. Now, another way is you can see there what it's going to look like. So if I want to cut any areas out now, I can do. That's fine. I can go with that. So like I say, the first print doesn't always work. It takes a few. That's why I'm using copy paper. Oh, that's not bad. And I'm sure if you wanted to, you can try different mediums. Oh. I'm not printing them straight. Oh. Once there's a good layer of ink on, it really does come a lot easier. There you go. No. So actually, I think I've got a good one from there. But what I might do is, I'm not sure about the berries in the middle. So I can either leave this, or, like I did with this one, I cut out the berries. So I'll show you the difference. So this is one. There you go. That's one with the berries cut out, which means I can fill them with a colour. And hopefully this one will fit in there. And be a good one as well. Not as good. But you can see, so one without berries, one with. So you can choose. So you can see how many of those I probably will disregard. And there's a couple which are absolutely fine. These are fine. That's fine. That's fine. Which is why I'm using the inexpensive papers. So I'm going to use the one with the berries in, because once you've taken your berries out, you can't put them back in again, unless you use a pen. So because I've got two of the same, because I was doing one as a demo for you, I'm just going to keep one with the solid berries in. For the seasonal gift tags.
Festive.
Yeah, festive, seasonal.
Festive season.
And again, there's different ways you can cut it out. You could go up to the border. I quite like to leave a little bit of a gap. It adds to the handmade quality of it. This is for you, Gary.
Oh.
I'll do your own gift tag.
Oh, thanks.
So,
Are you my Secret Santa?
we haven't done it yet. You will be an easy Secret Santa. I don't think I've ever had you in all the years we've done this. So, different glues. This is a great one. It has a fine nib and a much broader nib. The glue tends to make it look a little wrinkly, but once it dries flat. I like this kind of a stick, and it goes on blue, so I can see where I've gone. And it will dry clear, so it goes on blue but dries clear. But any crafting glue you've got, spray, if you find it difficult to do this, just use a spray glue, a permanent one, not a repositionable one. But these are, it's a bit sad, but they're disposable once you take the tags off. But they have their quality when you get them. So, a little bit of care putting it in the middle, but not overly bothered. This is a tool from any stationers or off the internet, just to be able to punch the hole. Go. I will enjoy making gift tags. It would just be something that you kind of finish a gift with. So, again, available off the internet or crafts or stationers. You could dress it up a little bit with some different string, some silk, different thread. You can get punches with bigger holes. There we go. And like I say, to Gary.
Merry Christmas.
No, I'm not putting that on.
Lots of love, Anita.
So, making your own gift tags, it was actually a lot of fun, to be honest. And like I say, how excited was I with this set, that you got the stamp, the cutter, everything to make. How many was there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stamps. So, really good kit, which we sell at the SAA.
Do you want to show your finished ones in the middle now?
Yep, well, we'll display them. They're not all completely finished,
Oh,
but
red. You won't put any red on?
because I've got a solid, but that's another one I did, and I'd taken the middle out, and I put red on, so I didn't need my red pen in the end. It just because I changed my mind at the last minute. Not something I do that often. Right, so that's the one we've just done. Let's move these out the way. That's one we did. That's one slightly different. That's a bauble. Again, painted with red, painted with gold. That's a robin. So like I said, with the robin, I couldn't cut round the eye. It was just too fine. So I cut it out, left it white, or using that same tool, that fine tool, and put it in with a pen, and then also put in a red breast on there. So I think those are all the ones I've done. Yep, 2 hollies. So it is actually, you can stamp, and you make the, once you've carved this out, you've got a stamp that you can create gift tags within a few seconds, to be honest. So I hope you enjoyed that, and join me next week for another live demonstration.